All right. Well, we're over here at Troy High School, right across the street. How do we justify what's happening to these kids? I mean, I'm over here with a couple of my colleagues who happen to have been in this fight for some time now, and I mean, how do we justify this? What do you think the reason for this is? I mean, do you think this is necessary to have this type of technology brought in? Why can't they use hardwired computers? What does the California Medical Association know? What do they know that we don't?
A lot.
A lot. I mean, what do you think they know that we don't know?
Well, enough to put a resolution together.
Which is what they've done. Resolution 107-14. And they did this years ago. And has this information been presented to the school district?
Yes.
So they're not listening to it.
What about the EMF scientists? 220 have signed off on an appeal to the United Nations and the World Health Organization.
So what we have going on over here is, it looks like the Troy Support Organization raising money. Charging for parking, perhaps? Raising money. And the money that they're raising is going into wireless technology. Now, this is a high school. It's a magnet school. This is Fullerton, California. This school attracts people from all over the county. Some people come in here from 50 miles away if they get up at 4:30 in the morning and go to school. Ostensibly to get an education. Ostensibly to become an attorney, a physician, a researcher, a chemist. Somebody that you would think would be associated with tremendous academic prowess, effort, and success. So what we have behind me is the California Medical Association saying don't do what the school district is doing. So here we are sending kids to this place, Troy High School in Fullerton, California, which is extremely rigorous, and in my opinion borders almost on child abuse in terms of the way they push these children to not get any sleep. And so what are we going to do? We're going to have doctors, physicians, public health researchers come out of school, go through 20 years of education, and ignore what they say? Because that's what these clowns are doing. And I use that word lightly because they're clowns. Nobody on the school board, nobody in administration has anywhere near the credentials of these doctors and these scientists. Yet these are the people who are ignoring the warnings of these people. Does that make any sense? It's insanity. Actually, it's criminal negligence, because the bottom line is we know that these things that are being done to these children are being done intentionally. The board members, the PTSA members, the PTA members, the administration, the staff, the technology director, they've all been put on notice for years. They've been handed stuff at meetings ad nauseum. The information's been put to them on a silver platter, rammed down their throats, beaten over their heads, and shoved in their faces for years. And it's not just me, it's not just my colleagues, as a parent and as a taxpayer, it's people like the members of the California Medical Association. It's people like pediatric neurologists from Harvard University that say don't do this. And what do? They ignore it. The school district and the school board will not put out a statement on this issue. They refuse to acknowledge receipt of information. They refuse to address this issue. And they refuse to stop what they're doing to these children. Now, we know that children are here supposedly to be educated. So you would want a safe learning environment, but yet dysfunction, cognitive processing affects stress, protein synthesis in the brain, altered brain development, sleep and memory disturbances, sperm dysfunction, ADHD. This is what the California Medical Association is saying. This is not what Joe Imbriano is saying. These are physicians. I'm not a physician. I have undergraduate degrees in chemistry and biology. I am not a medical doctor. But I can tell you this, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck, and I know how to read, and I know how to read studies, and I know the difference between baloney and truth. And let me tell you who's full of baloney, ladies and gentlemen. It's these cowardly, myopic, lackey school administrators, these cowardly, myopic, selfish, greedy teachers, these cowardly, myopic, selfish, greedy, phony, baloney elected representatives called the school board members that are ignoring all of this because they want to go along to get along with the E-rate money, with all of the push for this technology, and they're leading the parents off a cliff like the Pied Piper, and nobody is standing up for these children. And I want to tell you something, folks, we're going to keep standing up for these children. We are not alone. We've got a lot of people behind us. We've got the science behind us. We have the evidence behind us, and we have the truth. And let me tell you what the school district does not have. They do not have the truth. And you could do your own research, ladies and gentlemen, and you could see what they're teaching these children. That's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother day. So who's really responsible for harming these children? You are. For sending your kids into this environment, for remaining silent on this, for electing these people, for going along to get along, for driving by us on that sidewalk, holding up that sign, holding up those banners, for calling the police on me for being out there. Yes, you are the ones whose children are going to have these problems. And let me tell you something, if you think you're going to have grandchildren, you got another thing coming. Because this issue is all about fertility, folks, and I've proven that. All you have to do is type in Apple 666 Artemis, ARTEIMS, into a search engine, and you will see the complete expose on what this wireless stuff is really doing to our children. I'm just here to tell you, folks, that this is not a joke, that what you think is a blessing is actually a curse, and it's all intentional. We're going to keep pushing this issue, and we're going to step on toes, and if not step on them, we're going to smash them with a sledgehammer, because we're going to get everybody's attention until they stop this crap and they do what they need to do, and that is to protect these children and educate them, not mind control them and not harm them. This is Joe Imbriano out in front of Troy High School. This is August 27th. There'll be more to come on this. Thank you.